Hey everyone, I'm Taylor and I'm the product manager here at Seamwork, and today we're going to be talking about our favorite sewing feet. My personal favorite sewing foot is the buttonhole foot. I know this may be surprising, but I sew buttonholes on a lot of my sewing projects. I love the details that buttons add to a garment, as well as a typical structure that ends up coming along with garments that have buttons. I recently just sewed about 25-ish buttonholes on my last project, which really worked out great. And I think the biggest reason that it worked out is because of the automatic buttonhole feature that comes with the buttonhole foot with my Bernina machine. You may have a different type of buttonhole foot than me, but my buttonhole foot has a fun feature to where you do one buttonhole and then it just automatically remembers the size and all you have to do is sew. And then it just does all the buttonholes that you want to do with no problem, hopefully. Yes, the buttonhole foot can be annoying when they mess up, but I found doing a test or two and then diving into your project is the best way to get through that. And if you think something's going wrong, just stop, check it out, seam rip the curtain threads that you have in there and redo it. I know it's kind of annoying because they're really small, but it's not going to ruin your project, I promise. Don't be scared of buttonholes. The more you practice, the more you'll get a feel for them.
Hi, I'm Meg and I'm the editor here at Seamwork, and I want to show you my favorite sewing machine foot, the walking foot. This foot can be kind of pricey, so do you really need one? I'm going to explain why yes, you probably do. So what does a walking foot do? It pulls the fabric evenly through your machine. It's kind of like an extra set of feed dogs that will walk all of the layers of fabric evenly. So what would a walking foot help you with? If you're a quilter, you probably already have a walking foot or you've seen one because it's really helpful when you're working with multiple layers, including quilting batting. I actually learned to sew on knit fabrics, so my walking foot was my best friend when I was learning how to sew. When you use a walking foot with knits, it prevents your knits from slipping around and getting stuck in your feed dogs, and it's just extremely helpful to use. A walking foot is also great if you need to line up plaids or stripes and you want to make sure that you're matching the patterns of your fabric between the layers. It also really helps when you're sewing binding because it has seam allowance markers on it and it keeps your fabric in place while you sew. Finally, if you use a walking foot, you can actually use less pins because the foot does such a good job of ensuring that your seams are matching, you don't need as many pins to hold your fabric together. This foot is so helpful that some machines, including the newer Berninas, are actually starting to come with a dual feed built into the machine. But if your machine doesn't have dual feed, all you have to do is get yourself a walking foot. Do you have any tips for using a walking foot? Comment and let me know.
Hey, I'm Haley. I'm the designer here at Seamwork, and today I'm going to show you my favorite presser foot. My most favorite presser foot is my 1/4 inch presser foot. It's a standard presser foot that has this little guide on it that helps you sew perfect 1/4 inch seams. You can use it for a bunch of things, but I use it most often for perfect top stitching and my most favorite French seams, and I'm going to show you how. Okay, so I'm just going to pop this guy on, and I'll start by sewing my French seam how I would normally sew it, which is right sides facing out, wrong sides together. The only thing with this presser foot that I suppose isn't the most ideal is that you have to be extra careful with pins because the guide will kind of knock your pins right out of place and get jammed. But if you are very good about removing your pins as you sew, then that should not be a problem at all. So you can see that it's making it so easy for me to sew at a perfect 1/4 inch. So perfect. I'm going to give this a quick trim and press and then sew the second part of the seam. And then the second half of the seam. Easy peasy. I love that it gives me such a perfect seam with literally very, very little effort. And from the right side, super clean and pretty. From the wrong side, perfectly encased French seam. So awesome.